Wait, hold on.
Oh,
Okay, roll.
this is on how to do intermediate fasting, and I've been doing it since the end of September. And intermediate fasting is a way for you to lose weight, and it's also a way for you to gain muscle off of this program. And so what you do is you pick a timeline. Preferably, you might want to pick something between 12 to 8 o'clock in the afternoon, or something between 1 to 9. It's always an 8-hour gap for you to eat something. And you don't eat anything for 16 hours after the 8 hours. So once you pass 8 or 9, you cannot eat anything for 16 hours. I know it's a big gap, but I mean, put it this way. If you, like as a person, us, we work only 8 hours a day in our jobs. So think your stomach as a person. Can your stomach really work more than 16 hours digesting food for that long? So, in other words, don't work your stomach out for so long. Think of your stomach as a person. So if, I mean, I've done those shifts where it's double shifts, and believe me, it's tiring. And also, picking the timeline and also exercising. Unfortunately, I have not been able to exercise as much because of work and school, and there's so much in between. And I started off at 252 pounds. I'm down now to 215. It would have been more if I had been exercising, but I do not have the time at the moment. And also, our body just goes through a lot of change within that moment and time period, because you start to crave less, you start to eat better. I can say right now I have not touched a soda within the 3 months that I've been doing this probably now. I have not touched none of those awful chips like Cheetos, Doritos, none of that stuff. And anything that I see as like if I'm eating or drinking a soda, or if I'm drinking something and it says high fructose corn syrup, just that automatically just gives me, like I see those type of ingredients like aspartame and high fructose corn syrup as heroin or coke or crack, because I automatically see them, I'm like, oh no, I don't want it. And some of these guys that see me, like I do something, and they're like, oh, why can't you eat that? I'm like, no, it's got high fructose corn syrup, or it's got this, and they're like, why do you have to eat it at a certain time? I'm like, because I'm fasting. So I mean, once you start fasting, your stomach shrinks. So the more you try to eat, the less you're gonna eat, because your stomach is shrinking. So that's how you kind of start losing the weight. And also with cardio, good exercise regimen, good nutrition, all that really adds up, and it just adds up to you eating less and eating a lot more healthier. I mean, I saw these guys earlier bringing a pizza. I'm just looking at that pizza and I'm just like, wow, like I'm not even craving that at all. It's just, I mean, I don't want to say it's disgusting, but I'll look at it like, oh no, it's got wheat, it's got gluten, it's got this, and it's like, on top of it, I'm lactose intolerant, so I cannot eat anything with cheese or milk unless I take my probiotic enzyme, and I forget them all the time, so that really prevents me from eating something. And another one of the things is you might want to try and eat about 1,500 calories. Again, that's where the strategy comes in, where you burn more and you eat less. So try to burn more than what you eat. So if you try to burn 2,000 calories within a day and you eat 1,500, basically you only ate 500 calories within a day, and that's how you start shedding off the weight. And there is this chemical in your body, or this sort of probiotic. It's called ghrelin, and that's that thing pops into your body when you start getting hungry. So when you start to get hungry, and you're preventing it from, like, saying, no, I'm not going to eat anything until I start eating, or before I work out, then I'll eat something. That enzyme starts to eat away into your body, and it starts to eat the fat. So that makes it a lot easier for people to lose the belly fat, and then muscle starts to pop out more. So in order for you guys to, if you want to lose the belly fat, and especially you guys who gained some from the turkey or Thanksgiving, this would be a great opportunity. Again, it takes a lot of mentality to do it, because not everybody's good at it at first. I started it at first and I couldn't take it because you get hungry. So this is my second try doing it, and I've been working with it now. It's a lot easier now than it was before. So again, your stomach shrinks, the enzyme ghrelin pops in, and that's when it wants you to eat something. But again, try to be disciplined and say, no, I will not eat or I'm not going to eat until 11:30 or 12, however you manage it. But do not ever try to eat in the morning, because that means if you eat at 8 in the morning, then you have to stop eating at 4, and that's a big gap. And the reason why they call it, if you guys have ever noticed why they call it breakfast, it's because every time we fall asleep, we're falling asleep for that 8-hour gap, and once we wake up, the first thing we do is we eat breakfast, and that's how you break the fast. That's what they call it, breakfast. So I do not eat breakfast for that reason, because I don't really need it, and I'm not hungry. And also because, I try to restrain myself to at least wait until 12 or 1 and go all the way up to 8 or 9. Again, you can eat whatever you want, but in the long run, you're going to see that it's going to restrain you from, you tend to be less hungry, and you tend to crave less junk food. So that's one of the main things in how do you do intermediate fasting. But again, you need to experiment it with yourself. It depends on how your body works, and you need to, really work with it. I've worked with it for quite a while now, and I know how my body somewhat works now. I just need to get the exercise in, because I haven't been able to. But that is how you do intermediate fasting.